During this time of solitude, isolation and reflection, I have found myself questioning my purpose. I have been sucked into the world of hustle, and being without it made me feel as if I haven't achieved anything in a very long time. It has made me feel like there's something missing, or as if I need to figure out how to make the most of my time. I basically spent a very long time planning what I need to do, rather than following my heart and doing whatever I felt like doing. I felt as if I was stuck in one place, but what was actually happening was a lot of growth. I spent a lot of time by myself, finding new inspiration and new role models, realigning my priorities, finding new interests, learning new skills, and getting ever closer with those I loved. My whole life I have never been in one place for long. Constantly on the move and constantly meeting new people, which meant that whenever I was asked where I'm from, I never felt attached to one place. I never formed a long bond with anyone, and I learned to let go of people and places quite quickly. You could say that I never really imagined myself as being rooted to one place. Even when it comes to interests or hobbies, I find something, play around with it for a little while, but even then my interests start to fade until it becomes a thing of the past. Perhaps that's a side effect of trying to figure yourself out, of trying to find yourself. The 20s are said to be the hardest for humans. You're coming to a lot of realizations, you're losing that young naiveness that once made you feel invincible. You are realizing a lot of the battles you were fighting were not worth the effort. You're learning how cruel life can be as you're experiencing struggles on your own, learning how to cope. But does it have to be so difficult, so grey, so glum? Perhaps the 20s are the best years of your life. You have all this time to explore all the avenues you thought you were interested in. You have the time to make mistakes and laugh at yourself as it all falls apart. You learn how strong you are, you pick yourself up over and over again. You learn so much in that time, you gain so much beautiful experience, and maybe, just maybe, you find a moment in between it all just to stop. Just stop and breathe. Appreciate everything around you. Appreciate yourself and how far you've come. Now look around you and your busy non-stop life, you'll realize that the whole world around you is non-stop. Mother Nature is working night and day to give us beautiful sunsets, birds chirping in the morning, wonderful smells of flowers, and refreshing feelings of that midsummer rain. Because at the end of the day, we're all part of the same earth, the same way of nature. We're all connected to the same roots, and our purpose is solely to grow. Once I realised this, all I wanted to do is watch things grow. I found a new obsession, and while I don't know how long this is going to last, I want to enjoy it while it's here. I want to find ways to be more connected to nature and bring more nature into my home, and hopefully to pass this passion onto others. So today was repotting day. little keeping the plants happy day. Let me just close this window. I had a bird poop all over here and I've not had time to clean this up yet, so wonderful. So I've got this beautiful plant. If anyone knows the name of these, please let me know because I forgot to put little labels in. So let me take you through them. This is beautiful. It's growing very quickly, especially now that the sun is out. So I've put it up here. Hopefully it gets a little bit less sun and it doesn't grow as quickly. I've got this little flowering beauty. Popped her up into a slightly bigger pot. And then I've got this beautiful bamboo plant up here. She was also growing very quickly, so I've got her in this little tray secured with some string just there so she doesn't move too much. The trains go by at night, so hopefully some little blue tack as well just in there, making sure she doesn't fall over. And again, I had this from like the tiny, I had maybe like one of these little stems is all I had after I took a little sample from work, and honestly I didn't think it would grow. It didn't grow for like a year and all of a sudden it's just firing up new leaves every so often, so she's doing really well. She got a slightly bigger pot as well. This one, the pot's not larger, it's just wider, so it's not much deeper, but I'm hoping she spreads out a little bit. She's got little baby leaves just there, so we're hopeful. Little ones here, lots of new growth up here as well, so she's doing pretty well. I just rotate her with the sun. This is my orange tree. Again, I get these little oranges. I need to start being brave enough to prune, but I kind of wanted it to get a little bit bigger for another year, just so it establishes that self. So I didn't repot it this year, just added a little bit more soil just to keep it happy. So I'm gonna move it next year into a slightly bigger pot before it starts sprouting new little leaves. This one is little bits from this one. So they all used to live in this plant pot here, but it was getting a little bit crowded and everyone was falling over. So I left the tallest one in here. It's got little sprouts as well, and I had to get a little bit here to root it. But the old leaves are just falling off, but it honestly flowers all year round. So I just took little samplings from it that were in there before and put it into new plant pots. Same with this one. So that's little bits from here, little baby ones. Hopefully we can establish a new plant. This is a coffee plant, I believe. I am hoping it spreads out a little bit more this year. I'll put it into a slightly bigger pot so it's got a bit more room to grow, hopefully. And then I've got this one as well. Slightly bigger pot, lots of new growth as always. And then I got this one from a friend. It's honestly such a beautiful plant. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. I don't know the official name for it, but it's purple and the leaves are like silver. So I've put this one in a much bigger pot than it was because it just grows really quickly, and I just kind of wrapped it round. I have some twine here so it's got little bits to support itself on as it grows, because otherwise it just collapses and it gets too heavy and it snaps off. So hopefully this thing is going to be happy for another couple of years. It's so beautiful. And then I took little samplings from this one, put them in some water, so hopefully when they sprout some roots I can put them in the middle just there, just to make it a little bit more bushy. So hopefully my plants will do quite well now that they're a little bit repotted, now they're a little bit more happy, and they bring me so much joy. I mean, I give them water, they give me oxygen. I think they'll be quite happy here now that they've got a little bit more room to grow into it all. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This has been my life for the past couple of months, so I am so glad I could share this with you. I feel like I'm going on a brand new journey. I feel like I'm finding something else to maybe be interested in. If you did like this video, please leave me a massive thumbs up, and if you didn't, you're always welcome to leave a thumbs down and just let me know what you'd like to see different in the comments. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. And I can't wait to go on this journey with you guys. I feel like I'm growing up with everyone who's subscribed. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.